guys, Neil from Multech. So today we're on the range and we're gonna do exactly what the description of this video is saying. We're gonna compare the new Garmin, the Xero C1 Pro and the FX True Ballistics. Now I've got quite a bit of experience with this True Ballistics. It's an awesome chronograph. Never missed a shot. It's fast. I love it. We're going to do pros and cons of both of them, and due to the Garmin not being launched in South Africa yet, Garmin knows about this video prior to its release, so we have cleared it with them. What we're going to do is we're going to shoot a couple of guns. We brought out a couple of toys. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with something with a muzzle brake. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor. Then we're going to go to something with a silencer. Then we're going to go to something that's quite a bit faster than the other calibers, also silenced, running well over 3,000 feet per second. Then we're going to go to normal 22. This is my pride and joy old Winchester, the normal 22. And then we're gonna do a subsonic silenced pellet comparison as well. So we're gonna run through all of them, and if it picks up the subsonic silenced pellets, it will definitely pick up a handgun and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna get this out of the way, get my stuff set up, and we'll be back just now. Okay guys, so first up we've got the 6.5 with the muzzle brake. I've got the cronies both set up. I'll put a picture up here of the setup. I only have the one video camera. And let's see what it does. I'm going to put in my ears. Okay, let's see what it does. Okay, so I've got 2771 on the Garmin, 2769 on the FX. I just want to aim in a safe direction. I want to see which one reacts faster. And they're pretty much the same on response. I've got 2769 again there, and 2767 on this one. So it's pretty consistent. $27.69, $27.68. Alright, I think I'm just gonna shoot 3 rounds with this gun. It's more than sufficient. It picked up all 3 shots. They didn't miss a shot. The reaction of both cronies are quite similar. We'll go through the pros and the cons on the end of this video. So let's change some guns over. Okay, so here we've got the 308. It's silenced, and without further ado, I'm going to take out 3 rounds. And let's test it. $27.65 on the Garmin, $27.63 on the FX. Oh, that's a big spread. 27.48 on the Garmin, 27.45 on the FX. $27.68 on the Garmin and $27.67 on the FX. No problem tracking the bullets. Speed is very similar. I'm happy so far. Okay guys, so here we've got the 204 Ruger. It's also silenced. we're shooting 40 grain bullets at about 3,500-ish feet per second. I can't remember. Let's see if it picks it up. .3612 on the Garmin, 3609 on the FX. .3596 on the Garmin and 3590 on the FX. They are pretty similar in line at the front as well. .3589 on the Garmin and 3587 on the FX. So far so good. None of these chronos have missed any shots, and they are very similar in speed. It's just a radar layout and configuration that lets you get that little bit of a difference between the speeds, but if you work on the speed that you've got, just use the same chrono every time, you won't have a problem. No one knows what the true speed is, but use the speed that you know, and then further down range you just calculate your BC according to what your drop is. So here we've got the 22 long rifle. Just want to load some ammo up here. This is nice and cheap, so we're gonna lay down some lead. No bipod on this, so it's gonna be type of freehand. .1012, 1012 on both units. 1014 on the Garmin, 1012 on the FX. .1018 on the Garmin, 1017 on the FX. 1029 on the Garmin, 1029 on the FX. 1021 on the Garmin, 1020 on the FX. 996 on the Garmin, 997 on the FX. 1039 on the Garmin, 1039 on the FX. 1007, 1007 on both units. And we're empty. So there you have it. It hasn't missed any shots. Both units tracking perfectly, no problems at all. Okay, so here we've got the FX. We're shooting 18 grain JSB pellets. Let's see what the speed is. This is quiet, man. 923 feet per second on the Garmin, 924 on the FX. .943 on the Garmin, 943 on the FX. .943 on the Garmin, 943 on the FX. 946 on the Garmin, 945 on the FX. 945 on the Garmin, 947 on the FX. 941 on the Garmin, 943 on the FX. No problem tracking any of these weapons that we've shot. So absolutely to very good units. These FXs with the pallets are so quiet. It's so quiet, it's ridiculous. So yes, let's talk about pros and cons. Hi guys, so I had to re-record this part of the video, the pros and cons, as the wind picked up on the range, and with the moving grass the camera had massive troubles focusing. So we're going to do the pros and cons here on the table. So yes, we've got the FX and we've got the Garmin. Both these cronies are excellent products. I love them both. I've used my FX for a while now, and I must say it's a very good chronograph. What I've seen from the Garmin for the little while I've been testing it as well, it's a very good unit. It doesn't miss any shots. The FX never missed a shot with me. The Garmin yesterday on the range also didn't miss a shot. Before I made this video, I also tested it for a couple of shots, maybe over 100 shots or so with the PCP, and it never missed a beat. So pros and cons, let's get to it. Let's do pros first. The pros on the FX is it gives you downrange tracking, so it can track up to 300 yards. With centerfire firearms, it doesn't really make a big difference. It can give you BCs, it can calculate BCs, which is a very good pro. But what I used a chronograph for, I never used a BC calculated with my chronograph. I always do downrange testing, and I calibrate my BC according to what my drop on that specific target is at a specific distance. So this, for working out BCs and tracking your bullets up to 300 yards for 22 long rifle, PCPs, that kind of thing, will work great because you start at subsonic speeds, so it will work excellent for that. For centerfire firearms, you need to go out past 1,000, 1,200, 1,400 meters to actually get an accurate BC calculated for that specific rifle. So pros on this, yes, it gives you downrange tracking. It's fast, it's easy to set up. It's a point and arm system. It tracks from 400 to 4,000 feet per second, and you don't need to do anything. You can connect your phone via Bluetooth. We have a little bit more settings. You need to connect your phone with Bluetooth to this unit to get the benefit of the BC. And what's also great is after a few shots with your phone connected, this gives you a drop chart for that. If you put in your bullet weight and all that kind of stuff, it gives you a drop chart, so you can have a dope quickly on that day with the speeds that you get from your chrono. Pros on the Garmin, well, look at it. I have to put it on the box to even get it into the frame, so small. But there's one of your biggest pros, is the pure size of this thing. It can be mounted to your rifle but it's not recommended to mount it to rifles with recoil. I don't think it will be a problem if you mount it to your PCP or your 22 long rifle. There's no recoil on those rifles, so there's no apparent shock to the unit. Big pro on this is also it's point and shoot, point and arm, and you set. The size is, as I said, one of the biggest pros. Reaction time between the units, very similar. If they are half a second apart, it's a lot. The reaction is quite similar. Battery life on the FX is very good. I've been using it for a while, and I must say I love the battery life on this unit. On the Garmin, I've tested it for a while now, for a couple of days we've tested it, and I must say the battery life is also looking promising. It might not be as long as the FX, but well, you must remember you can only fit so much into this little thing. Cons on the units, there's not a lot of cons. One big con I've got against the FX is there's no internal memory. So if you don't connect your phone with Bluetooth and save your string, you can't just connect it with Bluetooth. You need to go into the settings and save that particular string that you've shot. Otherwise you're losing that information. So that's one big con on the FX for me, is the internal memory, or the lack of internal memory. On the Garmin you've got internal memory. It's great. You can view your sessions on the Garmin itself, or where you can connect your phone via the app. And what's nice is if you've used the Garmin, it stores it on the Garmin. When you connect your phone to the Garmin, it automatically syncs the information that's on your Garmin to your phone. So that's a big plus for me. The only con on the Garmin, I need to specify, we did buy these units. These units are paid for. None of them are sponsored. So the only con that I can get on the Garmin, the only thing, and it's not a big thing. It's a lot of people won't even bother with it. As the lab radars also have this setting, is when you put it on before you start your session, you need to select your weapon and you need to select your velocity range. That's the only con that I can find on the Garmin. Hopefully it's something I can fix with a firmware update down the line, but the pros on this unit outweighs that one con by a million. Yeah, you can't even compare it. So that's the nice thing of the FX, is you can point and shoot. You don't need to change rifle, you don't need to select rifle, archery, PCP, whatever. You can just shoot over it and it picks it up. What's nice is the Garmin can do from 100 feet per second to 5,000 feet per second. So whereas the FX can do 400 to 4,000. Maybe they did the velocity selection on the Garmin to amp up the power of the radar or dial it down for the velocity ranges. I don't know, but that's something that I think can be automated. Hopefully can be automated in the future. But as I said, only con, and well, I'm definitely getting one of these guys. It's so small and compact, easy to travel with. You put it in your bag, you can put it in your pocket. It's really small. So thanks for watching, guys. Please give us a thumbs up, go and like our Facebook page, it helps us out a lot. Give us a rating on Google if you've bought from us. Good or bad, we strive to get better in all of our relationships. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it helped make your decision, to help you make a decision, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.